But anyway, we're in a different studio. We're in
the away rooms today.
We are. We're in the neighbouring studio, which
We've been kicked out. Have we?
Well, we've just come in at a different time.
Earlier
time.
Yeah, bookings in here.
I did see. I think Hamish and Andy were over there. So
yeah.
Probably,
that's Hamish and Andy recording just over there.
Probably is Hamish and Andy.
Yeah, if anyone's going to kick us out.
Yeah.
Of course, a lot of great programs on Listener.
That's right. And you can find that at the Listener app.
Just ticking boxes straight off the bat.
It's a good start.
Welcome back, by the way.
Thank you.
I'm glad you're here. Obviously, you brushed us off last week.
Yeah, so everything all good, mate, at home and family?
I couldn't come in at that specific time, and I wanted to do earlier, but I had jury duty. So
of course,
I had a few conflicting things, so I apologise. But then Tracy filled in my shoes.
But essentially, you were at a movie premiere.
I did. I went to Mad Max.
Okay, that's okay.
Well, how was it?
It was excellent. Yeah, I highly recommend.
Right,
and go see it on a big screen. Go see it on IMAX or something, where I did.
Yeah,
must be nice.
Must be nice to go to a movie premiere. This or that?
Yeah, this or that.
Here we go.
He's been a bit stuck lately, MJ.
Jesus Christ.
Is he listening?
He's there.
The away room, so he reckons it's stuffed in.
We are in white.
Ben and Harry's
I'm so excited for this.
winners
Oh, and he's played the wrong role.
and losers.
This could be the worst
Better be
start
left in as
2
well.
years.
MJ, don't edit this
Don't
out
edit
as
a
well.
thing. Probably won't.
Nothing changes.
So true.
Oh, cheap shots.
We love cheap shots. I'm going to do this one. So it's ergophobia.
Oh, okay.
Is this your own content, by the way, this one? Or
Mate, it doesn't matter.
no, it's just a pure
for that.
It doesn't matter.
So ERGO phobia.
Yeah.
EHOBIA.
ERGO?
Ergophobia. Yeah.
Yeah.
So is it the fear of work? Phobia is a fear of something, Ben. If you didn't know.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
So fear of work.
Thank God you
Or a
explained
chemist
that.
brand. Yeah.
Or an IKEA chair. Or a fear of dining with others.
Say that again. So it's a
It's a fear of work or fear of dining with others, essentially.
fear of work or dining.
Dining.
I'm locking one in.
It's dining.
I reckon it's work. Ergo, I reckon, is units of work.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right.
Oh my
Again,
God.
well, yep.
Like
See, I like when there's a bit of thought to it. It's like a little bit of, yeah.
Well done, Robbo.
Thank you.
Rolly's been all over you with this, I reckon.
Yeah, I've had a good.
And actually,
I'm
Mum,
badly out of form.
How'd
Mum-
Trace go?
she got it right and Ben got it wrong last
Oh
week.
no, maybe it's just not your game.
No, it's not. We can't win them all.
Good to see you listen to the show as well, mate.
No, I know.
Yeah.
I actually haven't. I missed that. I saw the
Wow.
I saw the shredded lettuce. That gave
Do you
me
think it was funny or
a
not?
good chuckle. Yeah, no, I loved it.
Did that go well? I didn't even see.
Yeah, took
Very well. One of the better videos of the year, I think.
We've got two winners in here again.
Yep.
MJ, yes,
He's back.
he's back.
Buttons and middle for it.
We're back.
Back, big. It really does dip. It goes from
Yeah.
real sad.
Enrique kind of, it's a dip, but that's fine. So, of course, we'll get to you in a second, Ben, but that is now an extraordinary amount of wins, 8 wins from 11 games, which
So you said you would get back to Ben, and now you're talking about Ben.
Yeah, no, I'm
Yeah.
just saying you've matched your career total.
Correct. But we'll get to Harry first.
We'll get to Harry first.
Yeah.
So, Carlton knocking off the Suns, 29 points Saturday afternoon.
Yeah.
It looked threatening around the half time.
I'm not sure what the score was at half time, but I felt like the whole game was.
You felt like it was at arm's length.
I thought we were playing our way in the way we wanted to for pretty much the whole game.
Yep.
And it was a consistent performance. And I think when you grind a team down like that, you eventually break them.
Yeah.
And I guess we did in that probably fourth quarter. So, yeah, I think it was a really impressive win. They've been playing some good footy, Gold Coast, and in some good form. So for us to bounce back after a disappointing week against Sydney
Yeah.
was really important. And, yeah, I thought all round it was a really even performance and everyone played their role. Everyone, got the job done. So short turnaround this week, but it was really impressive.
Yeah. 4-9 to 4-2 at half time, and then an 11-goal second half.
Yeah, third quarter we
Third quarter was
we got the
dominant.
ball rolling, which was really good.
Yeah.
And the way we defended and our pressure was really strong. So good performance.
Chelsea has a question from Lang Warren.
Hey guys, it's Hayley from Sunbury. If you had to be an umpire, would you rather be a
Oh,
field
no,
umpire
don't
or
MJ.
a goal umpire? Thanks.
Come on, mate.
Do we need a timeout or what?
Can we get a replacement
The
in?
away rooms have absolutely cooked him.
Maybe Eve can step up as producer.
Okay. I'll just...
Yeah, good question.
Good question, Chelsea.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, obviously a bit more ruck time this week with Pitto going out.
Yeah.
So
Big Pitto. Yep.
when we play the single ruck, it's been the the kind of the dynamic. So I'd play second ruck, and no, I always enjoy it. It's really nice to get around the ball, and although it's not the funnest thing in the world, getting jumped at by big blokes, it's it's when you have a bit of craft with it, and you've trained a little bit. It's it's a really good way to get around the ball, and for team dynamic as well. I think it's important. So I've been really enjoying it. It's nice to play at the ground a bit, and it's sure weeks will be we'll play the one ruck, weeks we'll play the two rucks, but it's nice to do a bit of both.
As someone who's shorter and lighter than the average ruckman, is it intimidating coming up against someone who's
I'm not
trying to barrel them?
I don't think I'm probably as tall as most, but
Well,
I guess
Jared Witt's
probably the biggest in the whole comp.
men.
Yeah,
So,
that's what.
yeah, it's more.
You're big and tall.
There's
Don't
probably,
get me wrong.
there's probably two, him and Max
like a
Gorn.
tree. So.
What if birds land on Winston?
Probably.
Probably.
There's only probably a couple that are bigger in terms of height, but it's probably more like the craft. Like that's their A1 primary role.
Yeah.
It's like a key forward. If you played 20% key forward, like when you went down there, like the craft stuff you'd struggle with. So it's when you train it for years and years and years, you pick up the craft and
The nuance.
the nuances of the role, as they say. So it's been about working through that, and Cruz, our ruck coach, has been great, and he's always all over the homework and what they like to do and our best method of going against them. So it's been really enjoyable just learning a bit about a new role as well. Yeah. As I said, the nuances and little ways you can get your opponent. So thoroughly enjoying it.
Nice. Yeah, very good up the ground again, Arrow.
Thanks, man.
Very impressive. Balin has a question as well from Ringwood.
Hey guys, Balin from Ringwood here. It's a question for Harry. I think you should start throwing up grass before you take a shot at goal. I think it's too iconic not to bring back, and I haven't seen anyone do it in a while. And to Ben, thanks for coming to the Bombers, because you're really holding up our defence. So go Dons.
I'd argue that
Wow.
Rhys and Mason Redman and Andy McGrath and those other boys are holding up pretty well also. But
I'd agree.
Come on.
that's just my observation.
Jesus.
It's one compliment. Will you ever throw grass up, the Matty Lloyd?
It's a hard sell under the roof, I reckon.
Yeah.
There's no wind.
He clearly wanted to ask that of you, Ben, if you were a forward.
Probably, obviously, an Essendon fan, Lloydo obviously did it, but no, I can't. I think there might be some merit when it's really windy and you want to try and gauge
It's more a pre-game thing, probably.
No, but it's more. I definitely respect our Lloyd. Every time that was just his routine. So whatever your routine is, doing it every time. Yeah, you definitely relate to and respect. So I probably won't be doing that personally, but I think there's merit to just doing your routine every time.
Yeah,
Nice.
nice.
Like that. But who knows, Balin? Maybe one day.
Maybe one day.
Maybe one day.
Ben, Dreamtime at the G. Another one of
It was
these.
close. I thought the Tigers were going to win that.
Another one of these marquee games that you get to play in the first half of the year, which is cool.
Yeah, there was 80,000, I reckon. It was awesome. Obviously, a really special day for First Nations people and just the footy community in general. So to be out there, the pre-game ceremony was awesome. They did it really well. The lights went down and had like a light ceremony as well as some dancing and stuff, which was cool. And yeah, Richmond are a proud footy club, and although the last couple of weeks hadn't been the best for them, we expected their very best, and some of their senior players really fired, and we had our work cut out for majority. But pleasing to sort of scrape home a pretty tough win. It was pretty wet and slippery and really dewy, so it was a pretty contested sort of game. But really happy to get the 4 points, albeit not playing perfect.
Aidan wanted to ask about these big marquee fixtures as well.
Yeah.
Hey guys, it's Aidan from Carlton Springs here. I'm just wondering if games like Dreamtime and Anzac Day are a reason that you chose to come to Essendon, Ben. Having played at North, I know that obviously they don't get a lot of big time games and big crowds and all that sort of stuff. So I'm just wondering if that was a factor. Good win for the boys. Anyway, go Bombers.
Yeah, thanks, Aiden. I wasn't the be-all, end-all on why I chose Essendon, but certainly a slim percent of playing in those big games. I think it's the closest thing to a finals atmosphere / intensity than obviously playing in one. So I think it has merit. It wasn't absolutely the be-all and end-all in my decision, but it certainly was an influence when you think back on what true footy is when you as a kid when you're thinking about it. So a little bit, but not it wasn't everything, but it was certainly really cool to put yourself in those situations and play in front of big games, in front of big crowds. It was another one on the weekend, which was really cool.
Yeah. Helps that Essendon's travelling so well as well. It must be so cool just getting crowds like that regularly.
I think they do travel very well as well. So whenever we play interstate, there's always a good turnout.
Yeah.
And it's pretty even almost. So I think I said before, but the smallest crowd I played in front of was like 39,000 up in Sydney around 2 or something. So
wow.
You certainly get used to it a little bit, but it's always a moment you really enjoy being in front of a big crowd, and visually seeing a full stadium is something it's awesome.
Yeah. Harry, you would have had the same because obviously like the round one game against Richmond is always big. But with Carlton, you were through a pretty lean patch for the early part of your career. And then now that the crowds are enormous, do you find it's something that you've gotten used to again?
Well, I think to be fair, regardless of how Carlton has been going, we've always had some big-ish games.
Yeah.
And there's always been 60, 70, 80 there.
That's true.
I think just maybe the frequency of those games are a bit more, they occur a bit more often now because of how we're playing over the last couple of years. So you definitely get used to what that feels like and what that looks like, but there's still it's still really special every time you play in front of a massive crowd. But then I think like even at Marvel, like on the weekend, 40,000 at Marvel was super loud and it gets the adrenaline going. It's a cool spectacle as well. So I think every game has a slightly different feel to it, but those big games at the G especially, there's nothing like it.
40,000 at Marvel's loud. It's like underrated.
Especially when it's like against the interstate team like Gold Coast, which I would have had, bugger all there.
Yeah.
There was like 40,000 basically Carlton fans. It's really loud.
Holds the noise in.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. It's good.
We played GWS 2 weeks ago, and that was loud. That was very loud for a game at Marvel. So, every game is pretty cool when you're packing it out.
Madison also has a question for you, Ben.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Ben and Harry. It's Madison here from South Australia. Now, my question is for Ben. How did it feel to see Nate Caddy play his first ever AFL game on the weekend? Congrats on the great win at Dreamtime. Go the Bombers.
Well done.
Thanks, Madison. Well
Nice.
said. Yeah, it was exciting to have a debutant. It was our first debutant of the year, other than the first game where all our recruits played. Nate gives a lot of energy and is a really exciting young kid, so he's obviously still got a lot to learn, but I think whenever you get a new kid in playing their first game, it gives the group a lot of energy. So
I thought he looked good. I reckon I'll actually watch your game, and playing as a key forward, like obviously you enjoy watching other key forwards, but some of the things he did, the way he launched the ball,
really lively.
He's going to be good.
Yeah, he's a handful to play on at training already. So obviously it was frustrating that Jonesy didn't play, but I thought Nate came in and he had some really simple focus of just competing and having fun, and it looked like he did that really well. So can't wait to play a lot of footy with Nate, and first of many, hopefully.
Yeah, nice. I think we should also discuss the free kick over in Perth, which I find a really interesting talking point.
I haven't seen it at all.
You haven't seen it at all?
No.
Wow, okay. So just to summarise, Lachie Sullivan of Collingwood is at the bottom of the pack. He has the footy. It's a ball up in front of Fremantle's goal. He then handballs the ball to Nick Dacos, just not even thinking about it, who then gives it to the umpire, and the umpire gives a free kick directly in front of goal for not handing the ball directly back to the umpire.
Right.
And it's...
And what, that cost them the game?
Well, it sparked a bit of a run, and then they've kicked the next 2 goals, and it's ended up in a draw. But have you heard of that rule before?
I think you do have to give it directly back to the umpire, but like unless you're the way I've always thought about it, like unless you're, if you're getting up at the bottom of the pack and the ball swiftly gets back to the umpire, excuse me, regardless of that, sorry, if the ball gets swiftly back to the umpire, whether it comes from a teammate straight to it, I don't know, but I always thought that was fine, so I'm not sure.
You're right, mate.
Eyes are so watery.
Jesus, that's a bad cough.
There's no worse feeling. You're just like, oh,
You think you're trying to hold it together? And
yeah, I can't just stop talking.
And I'm trying to be diplomatic with
trying
an
to give
answer
a
about
very
umpires.
reasoned answer about umpiring.
That's brilliant.
Oh, we got there.
Yeah, but I'm not. So I always thought as long as it got back to the umpire pretty swiftly,
Yeah.
and you weren't trying to time delay by throwing it to you,
So
Chucking
what
it
I don't
around.
understand, so there's two parts to it. Is there two rules? So A, there's time wasting, and B, you have to give the ball back to the umpire.
Yeah,
Is
they're
that
two different
parts?
rules. Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
So
You-
what was paid in that moment? Both, technically.
You handed the ball to a teammate, which you're not meant to do.
But didn't he say it was time wasting at the time?
They've boiled it all down to that argument,
Got ya.
that it is all part of time wasting. But
Okay.
it's literally written in the rule book that you can't hand the ball to
I
a
think you can
teammate.
put it on the ground or
You
the
can.
umpire. So
Yeah.
I think it's just more about in the context of that moment. Like, was there anything untoward that's been done? Does it really matter in the context?
didn't influence
No,
the game
didn't influence the
whatsoever.
game at all.
So
Let's have a bit of
there-
common sense.
There's your answer.
No, I agree with that. That's
There was one on Sunday I saw a video of in the Hawthorn Brisbane game where the exact same thing happened. And
Yeah.
the umpire didn't even think about it.
yeah, exactly.
So consistency is what if they generally feel that's a time wasting thing, make it a blanket rule and be harsh on it. But yeah, there's two parts of the umpires not being consistent with it and also using common sense.
So that's why I reckon we have to be careful. Or, technically maybe the umpires are being so they're adjudicating to the letter of the law, which is like that's what they've been told to do. So no dramas. But I think there's room for more common sense. Like even with the stand rule, like it's nearly like they're trying to catch guys out for not being scientifically perfect about where you stand and how much like meters and the angle and everything. It's like you're not actually trying to get any advantage in that. There's a lot of like nearly you're anxious when you stand in the
Thinking
mark,
about-
whether you're in the right spot, whether you're standing on the right angle, whether you've come in. Like there's quite a bit of instead of you're not trying to get any advantage there, you're just literally just trying not to do anything wrong.
Yeah.
And then you like panic a bit.
It's really funny. Yeah.
It's whether you just like I don't think many of the players at all are trying to work an angle to get an advantage. It's literally just let's have a bit more common sense because there's actually no advantage being given when you're trying to do it, but then you can cost yourself 50 metres and a goal, which is huge in today's game. So.
It's a really interesting point. Just are you trying to gain an advantage or not? If not
at all.
Let's just have a bit more feel for the game.
Yeah, it's probably how I think, but yeah.
Big upcoming games. So, Harry, you're playing Thursday night footy.
Yeah.
Thoughts on Thursday night footy as a starting point?
Yeah, don't mind it. Yeah.
As long as there's enough days in between. What's this, Saturday to...
We've got a 5-day, so
5 day.
it's a short turnaround, but don't mind it occasionally.
Big game over there.
Huge, yeah, I can't wait. Really, really big game.
You've both said you like playing Port in Adelaide.
Yep.
The
always
pre-game
a
atmosphere.
Cool atmosphere.
Yeah, it's always...
The ground itself, Adelaide Oval, is a beautiful stadium. So always cool to play there.
They're obviously playing some good footy and won a lot of games, so big challenge. And
Huge challenge.
Everyone's really keen to get at it.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
and then you are travelling up to Gold Coast.
Sunny Gold Coast, on Sunday Arbo. So
Should be nice, 24.
yeah, it'd be beautiful.
Is that at their ground, obviously, or is it
People's
their
first.
home ground? Yeah.
Yeah.
People's Choice. Is that their new stadium? Just renamed.
Just renamed. It's
Yeah.
gone through 3 names in 3
Yeah.
years. It's tough.
So Sunday afternoon should be a cracker. They're obviously playing some decent footy without being, super consistent, I suppose. So looking forward to the challenge. Up there, they're extremely hard to beat, like a lot of the interstate teams. So we'll have our work cut out for sure, but looking forward to it.
Banking wins.
That's right.
4
As
points.
we say here.
1 week at a time. Ben was on the Sunday footy show. Ben's done a bit of Media Street, actually.
It's strange.
Seen so much from Ben. Been on the rush hour. And on the Sunday footy show, we'll run through some audio. So this is you talking about the matchup gag Harry's rolled out on the rush hour.
Because when Harry was on a couple of weeks ago, Lordo asked him what would be a pass mark goal-wise. He said 3 or 4, and then he'd reset at half-time.
Yeah, well, it's funny that Tom de Koning was on Triple M, I think, a week or two before that and said the exact same line, so he's just copied Tom. So, we mentioned that on the podcast and gave him a bit of a hard time. So, Harry, come up with your own gear, mate.
Oh, whack! And it snuck a
probably fair.
plug for the podcast in as well.
We have to. Good craft there, mate.
Great
About time you
craft.
did a bit of that.
Outstanding.
Yeah, nice.
And you're a donut ambassador now?
Yeah, you spit it out, mate.
Righto.
No, I am. For Daniel's Donuts. So
What? How does this come about?
just an opportunity to be an ambassador and
What do you mean, ambassador for
promote some of their things going on. It's International Donut Day coming up, so that was the reason.
Promote how many goals he kicks each week.
Come on, mate.
It's donuts.
No, they are very good donuts, Daniel Donuts. So
We have a grab of
I didn't know
Ben's.
that donuts had ambassadors.
Yeah, Ben's donut ambassadorship.
Some goodies. Now, what's your association with Daniel's Donuts?
Yeah, so I'm an ambassador for Daniel's.
I don't know why you guys are finding this so funny.
They've got their club-themed donuts out currently, so they've been good enough to bring every one of you guys a box with your own team. So I think you're apparently Collingwood, TJ, is that right?
Yes, I am a Collingwood
Yeah.
supporter.
Yeah.
Damo, you've got the North Melbourne one, which appropriately is donuts.
Oh, jeez.
Just so it sounds like you don't usually ambassador you associate with like
Yeah.
a charity or like a
bank or something.
bank. I'm a donut ambassador. Oh, good on. We love Daniel's Donuts. but,
Of course.
Something wrong with that.
Yeah.
Unbelievable donuts.
They
I'm
actually
actually
are
a big
very
fan.
Did you bring some in for us?
Yes. Well, I was going to give you some before you ragged them.
We're not ragging Daniel's. We love Daniel's Donuts. It's just funny that you're the
ragging me,
ambassador. Yeah, I'm ragging you.
Nothing's changed.
I've only found it funny since you started laughing. And I'm like, yeah, it actually is.
It's pretty funny.
It's a niche one.
It is niche,
I
but
like it.
Money talks, I guess.
Donuts talk.
donuts, exactly.
Yeah. And then, of course, you did the handball challenge. Lose handball challenge.
Lose handball,
Still
yeah.
called Lou Richards
I think so, yeah.
and here's a grab of that.
Seven.
I didn't realise I was doing that.
36. 55. 60 with some sound effects would be
Oh,
That
that's
is very
so
funny. It's so funny how I didn't
grunting.
realise that. I was literally grunting.
I think MJ's cut up every example of you grunting.
Sharapova.
Ben Sharapova.
That's cool. I didn't realise I was doing it. That's the funniest thing.
That's horrendous.
That's a good pickup from them.
It's unbelievable.
That's very well done.
You need to ask your teammates if that's what you sound like
Yeah,
when you're in the heat of battle.
that's a good point. It must just be habit.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Ben, Ben, Ben.
There you go. No, well done, MJ.
Oh,
Good shot.
Um,
Right, that's enough.
that's funny. And then the countdown is, of course, on until King's birthday eve. We have a message here from Maddie Cottrell.
Joey.
Which one of you is going to pull out next week, and what excuse are they going to run with? So he's preempting that one of you is going to get injured this weekend.
Well, let's hope no one gets injured.
Of course not.
Touch wood. Thank you, Matt.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but historically this has been the week usually. Oh, last
No,
week you
no.
were out for ages, weren't
Yeah,
you?
true. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was the bruised foot last year.
Stress fracture.
The
Yep.
stress fracture.
The bruise that led to a stress fracture.
And what was it the year before that? Do you remember?
I was suspended. So
Suspension.
I got suspended the equivalent of this week and missed 1 week.
Oh,
2020.
Oh, God, don't get suspended, please. Oh, my
Imagine a
God.
real controversial one.
Yeah, yeah.
Go into something. But yeah.
Climbing the goalpost or something. But now it's starting to get very real, because when you, from the start of the season, it was like midway through the
Yeah, we
season,
don't think
who
about
knows what's going to happen. But now it is starting to build as a really big game.
Yeah.
Well, regardless of the
It's a big game anyway,
it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
a huge game. Yeah.
Yeah. Which is now the time slot for these two clubs, isn't it?
Yeah, the King's
birthday
Eve. King's Eve.
Yeah,
birthday,
because
which
we
is-
only play each other once, so yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's exciting.
Yeah.
Obviously, 1 week at a time. Let's
Yeah.
focus on
Let's
the
just-
Suns
let's
and
just get through
Port
this week.
first. But yeah.
Yeah.
Don't want to jinx anything, but
We've got our, obviously we'll film next Monday, which will be the really interesting one. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
but then it'd be like, oh, let's just get through training.
Yeah.
Well, let's get through captain's
Yeah,
run.
yeah,
Let's-
yeah. Want to get through the coin toss.
yeah.
Um,
Hammy in the warm up. Imagine that.
oh, don't know. Did you see Braden Bruce running out to play?
Big Prusy, I
The
did see that.
VFL.
That was hilarious.
Did he? Yeah.
He's done a big jump and he's just
Oh,
pulled his
sure.
hammy.
Yeah.
Apparently, I know Prusy a little bit. Sam Durden is a good mate to
Yeah,
them,
Durden's
our mutual friend. And he said, I think he was tired in the warm up or something, and just sort of didn't even think too much about it, and then
Tested it out.
yeah, went straight out and did it. So
Big Brucer.
big Prusy.
But yeah, that is now on the calendar. Getting very exciting. Who wants to take this?
Well, as always, if you're able to, please leave us a review on Apple and hit the bell on Spotify if you can.
Also, you could subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Yes, that's good.
That's been really popular at the moment.
Yep.
So at Ben and Harry podcast on YouTube.
What do they call that? A vodcast when you watch it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a YouTube clip, mate.
No,
It's technically a podcast.
It's a
so
podcast.
But it's still a video. On,
It's both. Yeah.
It's published as
try
a
and-
video.
Acknowledge my craft, mate. Anyway, winners and losers.
Yep. Oh, I hope that was a mistake.
No, it wasn't. You can see him.
Giggling.
Now for once, you can see MJ. He's all right.
Ben and Harry's.
I'm so excited for this.
Winners
Birds often think I'm a treat.
and losers.
Mandarins. I just love them. Mandarins at the moment.
Oh, an update.
Oh, yeah, you missed last week.
Oh, yeah, I did.
What was the update?
Mandarin
Mandarins is now in
Oh,
the
yeah,
intro.
sorry, yep.
Yeah.
And again, you would have known that if you had to listen.
I know.
Yeah,
I
it's
actually,
okay.
it really did get away from me. I'm sorry.
There's no excuse, man.
There
I'll
is
kick
no
us off.
excuse.
My twinner is the new season of The Test on Amazon Prime.
Yes, good
started
call.
that. That was really
Has anyone,
interesting.
have you watched it?
One episode in, yeah. So really enjoying it.
That is good, though.
Yeah, it's really interesting. Yeah.
We've been saying of all the Ashes or just Test series, you could possibly have like
Correct.
inside footage of.
That's right.
It's the best one.
Best one you can think of.
Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, I think there's 3 episodes. So I'm episode 1 in. So
Yeah, nice.
Nice. My twin on this week was just the beauty and the wholesomeness of like a Sunday roast. So I had a roast yesterday.
Yeah.
yeah?
Made it for dinner. So I think it's a nice
just for
way
you and
to-
your housemate.
Yeah, me and my housemate, correct. And yeah, it's a nice way to finish the week. Good vibes. I don't know.
Actually, we did a roast last night as well. That's quite
I think it's everyone can probably resonate with that.
Yeah. Do you ever pop down to your local pub and get a Sunday roast? $25 special. I do that often.
Probably
I love
rather make it. To be
must be
honest.
nice.
it. $25. Right, I've got donuts. Losers?
I'm trying Whoop. You know the band. The
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I'm just not sure about it just yet.
That's your loser.
Yeah. Well, it's not really a
geez.
loser. It's more a conversation.
Tread lightly, I reckon.
You won't get any money out of that.
Yeah, they historically do give money to footballers. I would be.
Yeah, that's how
It's more of a
that's how I've seen
conversation
it.
because you have to wear it 24/7. It's a bit of a pain to charge. I haven't got on it. On the
Yeah, you
moment.
don't have it on.
I've just going to start it now. So,
No one says you have to wear it, mate.
no, it's just more a conversation starter. Whether you guys have it or have tried anything
I looked
like
into
that.
it. The subscription fee was more expensive than I was expecting.
Correct.
Yeah.
Well, obviously it tracks so much, so it's probably worthwhile. But
Yeah.
it's a bit more complicated than your Apple Watch or something like
Yeah.
that.
Do you guys sleep track?
Well, it's funny, because the question actually after, but I wear like a sleep ring, so this Aura ring essentially does the same as a Whoop, but it tracks all your stuff, but it's just like a ring.
I was wondering what question you were referring to.
Yeah,
Is that
no.
a sleep tracker?
Yeah, so it tracks your sleep and all the same detail. I'm pretty sure as like what a Whoop does, but
Really?
yeah.
And you'll wear that training?
I take it off for training, but Crippo wears one. He tapes it and wears it training.
Really?
You boys wear it. Yeah,
Wow.
it's really cool.
In game, do you wear it?
No.
No.
But I've had it for a couple of years now. It's good. It's really
Yep.
cool.
Oh,
I
there you
think
go.
Apple's bringing out one as well.
Do you sleep track at all?
I have in the past, but not as consistently as that. So that's why I was sort of thinking about doing Whoop, but
Yeah.
we'll see how we go. It was more of a conversation starter. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're talking.
Yeah.
What kind of stats do you get out of your sleep
Yeah,
tracking?
so it
What are
gives
you
you, like-
aiming for?
Well, it tells you like your basically time in bed, total actual sleep time. So even though you think you might get 9 hours, you actually might only get 7 hours 50 of
Yeah.
actual sleep.
Yeah.
Your deep sleep, your REM sleep, like your restlessness, like how many times you wake up and when you wake up. Yes, it's heaps of data, and then it tracks like your activity during the day and like your heart rate and everything. So it's quite a bit to it.
Yeah. Do you get like anxiety over lack of sleep?
Nah.
Does that-
Well, that's the argument.
You don't need to look. I don't look.
You don't
at
want to
it
read
every
too
day
much
at all.
into it. There's a trap of
yeah.
you might actually feel good and only got 6.5 hours sleep, and then you're mentally. You know,
I reckon it's more good to be like, all right, so tonight I read for half an hour and then look at your data the next day and then I got 10% more deep sleep, so maybe reading equates
okay.
to some good deep sleep. Or
Yeah.
gee, I stayed up until 11:30 and had a glass of wine and my deep sleep went down a bit. Like maybe that's not good.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
They reckon
So-
it's all about trends. So just you're not picking it to pieces. It's more if you've
Yeah.
noticed anything across a week or 2 weeks or a month that will help you or hinder you. So I'll see how we go.
Yeah. Nice.
I
Henry?
again didn't have a huge loser, but maybe just how cold it's getting, and it's only going to get colder.
Yeah.
Jeez,
Yeah.
Although it's
is cold,
nice
but-
today.
It's
Like,
good-
as
like,
we're
the
in
days have
isn't it?
been beautiful,
Yeah.
but the mornings have been really cold.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
reckon.
It's starting to get that
Yeah, we're not even in winter yet.
Yeah, I know that's probably a loser. It's just going to get colder.
kind of foggy, misty morning
Yeah.
where it's
Yeah.
like 4
freezing.
degrees outside.
Ugg
I
boots-
love it though.
Ugg
I
boots are
don't-
essential at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, have you got some?
I do. I
Yeah.
do have.
You
You
know,
wear them
no.
outside though, don't you?
Ambassador, eh?
No.
Again,
Are you?
you know where to find me.
Hi, Ben McKay here from Uggs.
It wouldn't be a bad one to do.
Great
actually.
one.
Yeah, for sure. Rollo, you?
Rollo, you,
My
yeah.
winner is Mad Max Furiosa.
No, we're not copying that.
Come on, mate.
Come on, mate.
And
The
my-
audacity.
And my loser is Jury Duty. It's very slow.
Talk to us about that. What was
You
that?
can't say
involved?
much, can you?
I won't say anything about the actual case
No,
that
obviously,
I
but-
potentially was put
Just
on.
go to all the details.
Just,
Will Rolston back page of there.
the defendant's name was. No, it was actually a really interesting process. I was down there in the city at the county court, and you're in this huge jury pool room where it kind of resembles like an airport waiting lounge outside a gate, just heaps of rows of chairs. You're just sitting there, and then they're like, okay, here is a trial. We're picking a jury pool. And then I went through a few of those processes, and then eventually got picked for one, which then went down to about 35 people. We go into the courtroom, we hear the case, and then they randomly select the 13 people that are going to be part of the jury.
Yep.
And then they have the opportunity to challenge each juror as they get picked. And my number never got picked, so that was it.
Right.
So I was in there for like hours. But
Would it have been better if you got picked, do you reckon?
when I was in there, I was like, geez, I wouldn't mind
Whilst you're here, yeah.
seeing how it works. But no, it was a bit of a relief because
Yeah.
working in the mornings are long days. But
Yeah.
I encourage anyone, if you get the letter, try and do it. It's a good
Don't
thing
you have to do it?
You do actually. if you can try and get out of it, as I did. But
Right.
yeah,
If you can, maybe
if you
do it.
can, do. Nice. I'm a jury ambassador.
Yeah.
Question time. Oh, there's no opener. I don't know why I did that. Let's start with Andrew.
Hey, Ben and Harry. Andrew from Caroline Springs. My question to the both of you is that when you guys were growing up, did you guys ever used to wag school, or were you one of them good kids that used to go to school all the time? And I'm a North Melbourne supporter, so go Roos.
Thanks, Andrew.
Thanks, Andrew. Go
I
Roos.
was a golden child at school.
No, you
so
weren't, mate.
I never wagged school.
To be fair, neither of us ever waxed. Like, we were good attendees.
Yeah.
You weren't an angel in terms of your participation whilst you were in the classroom.
Oh.
What do you mean?
Quite disruptive and didn't pay attention a lot.
I was very respectful for my fellow peers.
I reckon you both would have been.
Encouraged the other people to get the best out of themselves.
I always liked to sit at the front of the room, front of the class. Always had a notebook.
I was always 10 minutes early to every class. So.
Maybe you should have tried 20 minutes because you weren't.
What?
You weren't great.
That did not land.
No, I'm saying you maybe should have got there.
That was pretty fun.
You should have got there early and done some more study, mate. 'Cause you
What was your ATAR?
didn't even do.
What was your
exams.
ATAR?
How early were you
30.
for the exams?
30.
Well,
You got 30 on your ATAR, mate.
Hayley from Sunbury.
How does that feel? 30.
You got
You're 30. Yeah.
You got 0.
I would prefer 30. 0 then 30.
I prefer 30 than 0 as well. Correct.
So you get 30, did you?
No.
What'd you
I've
get?
been through this. I got 60.
And you did not bat, famously.
And you got 0. You're like,
Yeah, he
it's
didn't-
0.
He didn't front up.
Didn't need to. I'd already
If
passed.
you're any good to be batting at 3 and you didn't bat, you're
Where did you bet?
top. I was first drop.
You opened.
I took the new
I
rock,
got a
man.
golden duck.
The new rock.
Didn't score.
Well, you got a diamond duck.
You got
scored
ran
0.
out.
Hayley from Sunbury. MJ, please.
All right.
Hey guys, it's Hayley from Sunbury. If you had to be an umpire, would you rather be a field umpire or a goal umpire? Thanks, and go Blues.
Wow. I like this. Bit of
Yeah.
respect for the umpires.
I
It's
think-
the toughest gig going around.
I think it would be satisfying to be a really good field umpire.
Yeah.
But I think, like, initially, if I had to do it tomorrow, I'd probably start as a goal umpire.
Yeah.
Probably less to think about, maybe.
Yeah.
Well,
Jeez.
wouldn't say less to think about.
Well,
You've got a
your
pretty-
one role
pretty
is
important
to
role.
your one role is to adjudicate whether the ball went through the goals or not.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, the field umpire has, way many more things to.
A goal umpire's role is purely black and white.
Yeah.
It's like, did it hit the post? Did it touch a hand? Did it cross the
And
line?
you've got the
It's
arc
like-
at any
and the
split
arc's
second.
there. It's much easier.
I'm
than
not
field
disagreeing
umpire.
with that at all. Yeah, I probably agree. The field umpire is probably a more universally known. You probably I know more of them.
Yeah.
Obviously, both are incredibly difficult. So, yeah, maybe the field.
You don't have to name any, but do you know of umpires that you like prefer to have? Like, is that a thing when you see an umpire running? Like,
feel
oh,
like-
this guy, he's
So
good.
maybe sometimes the younger umpires don't want to enforce themselves on the game, but like you can tell they're a bit like serious. Where I feel like the older ones have been around a long time and can have a
Like
conversation with
Steve
the
and all
player.
that.
And
Yeah, they've seen it all before. So
Yeah.
they're all
Yeah.
really nice fellas. Like, they come down to training and you have a chat to them all the time.
Yeah.
So
Oh, absolutely. they're great people. But maybe some of the older ones are a bit more chilled and can have a conversation without feeling overwhelmed or anything. So.
And what is that process like if you're trying to have a chat with an umpire? Say you've just given away a free kick that's led to a goal or something. You're trying to get that explanation out of them. Are they always very calm?
Well,
they
I always
explain it well.
I always really like the umpires that after that you can actually have a chat to them. That's why like people with Razor Ray, I reckon he's actually one of the best at, like, say if you give away a free, it's like, all right, mate, so like just for future reference, we're not having a go at each
Not
other.
arguing,
it's like, just like, did you see that I extended my arm? So next time I'm on that position, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
I might be like, yeah, mate, what I saw was, the arm extend. So when I see that cue, I'm going to call it.
Yeah.
So it's just like a respectful chat about what they saw.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Versus like I think some umpires sometimes think that you're having a go at them, so they don't want to engage in it, which is I understand as well. But it's always great when you can actually have a genuine chat, just for learning purposes.
Well, some of them say, let's say I'm man of the mark. They'll say, "Oh, we'll have a chat after if it's a goal or whatever." So they're happy to chat at times. So that's not an issue.
Because they would get so many players that are just like, how could you call that?
Yeah,
exactly. It would be a ridiculous amount.
Oh.
Abuse.
Just borderline abuse.
Yeah, absolutely.
Janelle had a question. We may as well hear it.
Yeah.
Good morning, Ben and Harry. This is a message for Harry from my 10-year-old daughter, Ruby. We're from Romsey. Just wanting to wonder why you wear a ring on your finger. Thank you. Up the baggers.
Well, I was going to say, Ruby, that I'm married, happily married for 2 years, but
close to it,
it was, as I said, I wear my ring because it's a sleep ring. Aura. So it tracks data and everything. It's really cool.
Yeah.
So, and it's not a bad looking ring. Like, it's a nice silver one. So, well, I don't mind. So that's why I wear the ring.
Nice. Good spot from Ruby.
Yeah.
Where would they have seen it?
Oh, I actually don't know. Yeah.
Do you wear it in here?
Yeah.
I imagine it was on a video, like on a
or at training.
Yeah, it's probably on. It would be on one of the social clips.
Yep.
Yeah.
What do you reckon about men wearing jewelry on their hands?
Well, I have a wedding ring. So
yeah, but it's like in general.
In general,
yeah.
I have no issue with other people doing it. I've typically hated stuff on my wrists and hands, and I just find it all a bit annoying. But you get used to it.
That is a nice wedding band. I just noticed that before.
Thank you. Yeah, it's still pretty shiny.
Yeah, don't lose it.
I dropped it on a plane the other day.
So many stories about people losing it straight away.
Yeah. Well, I guess yours is measuring stuff. Do you fiddle and
always
take it on and off? And
always like to. Yeah, it's nearly like a calming thing. It's nice to just know that you have it there.
Yeah. And Rhys has a question from Kilmore.
Hello, it's Rhys from Kilmore. If you could add one all-time great AFL star's best attribute to your game, who and why? Go Blues.
Rhys,
terrific question.
One of the better questions.
Yeah.
Tough.
I don't know. I love Dustin Fletcher's big barrels. He could get 80 metres, I reckon. That would be pretty cool.
Maybe if you're someone with a bit of pace, who's like one of the quick... No, that's...
I thought you were literally talking to Ben.
Yes, no, he was taking the piss.
Yeah. For Ben's attribute. Like
you think for Ben?
For Ben, I was talking for Ben.
The pace wouldn't benefit you. You'd be
more for Ben, maybe.
Who's pace? Who would you pick?
Oh, having an elite pace would be like elite pace would be pretty
like
cool.
A Lewis Jetto.
Yeah.
Who's a rabbit,
Cyril,
wasn't he?
quick.
I was saying, we were having this discussion with some mates. Who were like the genuine, really fast guns? And we were thinking like Judd, Dangerfield, like elite pace and weapons.
I think those guys were like
more explosive.
Explosive.
I think there's a bit of a difference, yeah.
Out of if you did a pure
10-metre effort,
20-metre, whatever, I think those guys would be amazing. But maybe over like 100 metres, like it's even different. Like talk about who the quickest guys at the club. Like some guys are just so quick over 20, but then over 100, like the bigger guys can get going.
Yeah, okay.
So it's like
it's a different skill set. Who's just the fastest player you've played with over 5-10 metres?
Nick Hines pretty quick.
He's lightning.
Yeah, he's lightning quick. Trying to think. Yeah, I can't remember.
I'm sure.
Because that'd be handy for
Saad would be quick, wouldn't he?
Saad's quick over a short distance. Gov is lightning quick.
Is he? Yeah.
Over 100, yeah.
For both a forward and a defender, just getting that, off the mark or trying to catch up.
Yeah, that's right. It's really important. So.
Yeah.
You didn't answer the question.
Yeah, I know. I was just thinking that. Yeah, who else?
Someone who kicks straight, maybe.
Someone who kicks straight.
Yeah, maybe like
Lordo. Throw the grass up.
Lordo. Implement
Tony
both,
Lockett,
maybe.
Yeah.
Bud.
Yeah. I wonder if when Dustin Fletcher gets hold of a barrel, it sounds like this.
Well, you looked at me too early there.
Oh, it didn't land?
It didn't land. MJ thought it did. But
MJ's just trying to shoehorn into the grunts again, so
Don't mind it.
I don't mind.
What up?
Who would you go, Rollo? Just out of interest.
Yeah, that is fun.
Brisbane Lions.
I reckon. Oh, just someone. I reckon Jeremy Howe's ability to take a hanger is.
Yeah.
Oh, Jamie Elliott's, mate. I didn't plan.
No, I know you didn't.
That was organic.
And then the penny dropped. That
The
I
penny
could
drop. Oh, you
rag
paid
penny. Yeah.
Oh,
how
nice.
are your Lions going at the moment?
Oh, right.
No, serious.
Oh, that's a cheap.
Flung that back pretty
Serious.
quick.
Yeah, I know it's a nightmare.
Did you go on Sunday?
I did. Yeah, yeah. Well, my Nathan Buckley dries a bone.
I've heard about this.
Yeah. No, just disappointing. It looks like 5 ACLs on the list. You know,
Yeah,
it feels like everything that could go wrong's gone wrong, and
Yep.
yeah. Anyway, ebbs and flows.
Yep.
You know.
Are you actually a Dry as a Bone ambassador? Is that?
It's funny you mentioned that. The guy who owns Dry as a Bone heard all the chat, and so we've been in touch. And
So you actually are.
I might be in the future.
There we go.
Let's see.
Just in a room full of ambassadors.
What is
Yeah,
Dry as a Bone again?
They make us like a whole collection of jackets. Some of them are like really waxy and
Yeah.
waterproof. Mine is like a cotton. It's called a riding jacket. That's the one
Right.
that Bucks had with the Bears
Ah,
logo on it.
So it's
Yeah.
a footy themed.
It's a footy theme thing,
Yep.
but they were thinking of bringing it back. So
Yep.
yeah, that's dryasabone.com.au.
Do you reckon they make a 32 Essendon one? Or?
Yeah. Why'd you pick 32?
Yeah. Yeah. Why did you?
I've been waiting for that one. You guys haven't rang up in a while.
We didn't bring it up.
Yeah,
Brought
there's
it
no
up.
brang.
It's such a bad thing you say.
Are we done? Seriously?
We're done.
Every week.
Who's finishing this?
Oh, Harry, you can do it.
Go on Instagram and TikTok, Ben and Harry Podcast. Send us a DM.
Oh, that was so
Keep
robotic.
having
Anyway,
fun.
yep.
Yep. Thank you.
Yeah.
Go
Dons,
Blues.
eh?
Do you get us some
Go
donuts?
Dons?
I said go Dons.
Oh, did you?
Donut boy, can you bring us some donuts, please?
You're not getting any now. MJ's pissing himself out there.
We done?
Yeah.
Go Blues.
That circus music in the background as well.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe that put me off.
Whipped it up pretty quick, didn't you?
Oh.